On this episode of Harvest Eating, I'll show you how to make your own delicious, health promoting raw fruit and vegetable juice cocktail using a Vitamix blender. So, right out of the gate, folks, this is not a paid endorsement for Vitamix. Nobody gave me any money to say the things that I'm saying about this machine. Here is the model we have. It's the Vitamix Professional Series 500. We've had this one for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. It's an awesome machine, does tons of things really well. So, what I want to show you is how you can make amazing raw fruit and vegetable juice. And you just need the Vitamix and then a mesh straining bag, which you can get anywhere on the internet. Even some grocery stores have them. So the first step you can see is I put some purified water in the blender there in the container, and this is going to help things get moving along. I put the top on, I've removed the opening so I could put in my tamper, which you'll see right there. And that is how you force things into the blade. Now, the way it's designed, the tamper can never hit the blade. That's a great feature. So you just kind of pound this stuff a little bit until some of the liquid comes out of it. And once those RPMs go up, I have this machine set at a variable, the smoothie setting, which goes slow at first and then builds RPMs. And you can see right about now, it really kicks in and starts things moving around. And the way that blender is shaped, it does a heck of a job breaking things down. Make the smoothest smoothies using this machine. So now that I've got some of the base started, I'll remove the top, and this can be a little messy, so you want to be as clean as possible. And then I'll start grabbing some more of my produce. Now, all of that produce is organic where I could get it. The only thing that wasn't organic was the lemon, just wasn't available. But everything else is organic, very carefully washed, and in the case of the carrots, peeled, and in the case of the beets, peeled. And the beets I got locally from a local farmer at my farm market. And they are gorgeous beets. They came with beautiful beet greens, which I have already used. So once things are pulverized, now you need to pour them into your mesh bag. And this mesh bag, we'll talk about it later, has been carefully sanitized as well. It has to be clean. You can't pour it into some nasty, moldy old bag or dusty, moldy old bag. So in goes some of your pulp like this, and then I'm going to add a little bit of that lemon juice, and just helps to preserve it a little bit. It adds some enzymes to it, and don't worry about the seeds getting in there because they're going to stay in the bag. It's just the juice that will come out. And here goes those beautiful beets, and these things are said to lower blood pressure, purify the blood. There's a whole host of potential health benefits from eating or drinking this kind of juice. So once you start getting it into the bag like this, the next step is just going to be to press it out. And because the bag has such fine little holes, all of the pulp stays in there and you just have the juice. And it does a very good job. This is why a strainer would not work, because you'd have it filled with pulp. There's a machine on the market called the Norwalk Juicer, and it does the same thing essentially that you're seeing here. It crushes up fruits and vegetables, you place them in the bag, and then it presses them. And it does a much better job than you're seeing here, but it's also a $2,500 machine. So using a blender that you already have for other things, doing this is just one more way to use it. So I think it's terrific. And you can see that there's a lot of juice in there. And if you just keep squeezing and massaging that bag, you'll get a lot of juice. Now, beets stain like crazy. You don't want to be wearing your wedding dress when you're cutting and working with beets, people. And you can see my hands, they've been red for a few days now. They're just finally fading. But you can see there's a lot of juice. When I weighed it, it turned out to be 3 pounds, 8 ounces, and a little change. This is how the math works out. And this shows you that doing this at home, it took me roughly start to finish 30 minutes. And that is getting the produce, cleaning it, peeling it, cutting it up, blending it, pouring it into the bag. And it took me at least, 10 minutes or so of squeezing that bag to get that much juice out. But when you see, I don't know what your juice bar charges, but, they get a pretty penny for making juice. So at my local place, that was $56 worth of juice. in 30 minutes, and it was probably in the neighborhood of maybe $8 tops of produce. And you can see how clean and clear that juice is. It's amazing. So I hope you guys give this a try. Thanks so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. In contact, press the plastic wrap on it, refrigerate it for a while, and then season it. Tastes a little better. But look at it. See how lovely that is? Beautiful for